Alright, for this new project that I have going on, I need to craft some things, so I decided I would just jump into my workstation, craft the things up beforehand, so that once I get on site, I can just have them at the ready. So the big thing today is going to be replanting the apple trees. So I've dug them up, and they are fully fruited as well, so they'll be ready to go as soon as we plant them wherever they're going. Well, I know where they're going, but you'll be finding out soon. But I've got some extra things in my inventory for crafting and then customizing, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to show you where these apple trees are going. Ta-da! Over here, this is where we are going to be doing a revised apple orchard thing. This is definitely looking like a lot more space than I just remembered. It feels kind of small because the way it's tucked in here, but I definitely like that feeling and I want to play around with it some more. So we have this this pond here, which is natural to the island. I've crafted up a decent amount of furniture and I am ready to go. So I got a good chunk cleared out, and now I've expanded the second tier cliff over to be wrapping around what the pond is here. And I'm trying to see how I like it. It's the next morning and I got work done. I got stuff to show you. So first off, this area was a bit empty, so I just filled it up with some of the different pathing, and now it looks cool and filled in because I had this area done for my house, and then after finishing down here for the campsite, it was just like this weird blank blob in the middle. So that's all filled in now, and got like the road sign DIY thing, and then I was able to do the customization to get some blue on it, which is really cool. So this right here in amongst everything is a pretty good spot. I expanded this so I can have a jumping spot here. Deli's area is looking spanky, and he is a very lucky monkey to have all this space to himself. So we've got this walkway coming in here, and you'll immediately start to see that I went with the light dirt path as the main color here instead of the dark, because I wanted to break it up a bit. This is the new and revised pond that now has 2 waterfalls, and over in the corner you can see my what was it, mossy stone, whatever. That was my recent DIY recipe. And of course I got the windflowers planted, so those are going to be blooming soon. And I had bushes stocked up from leaf, so those are planted and growing, and those are going to look nice. The weeds are a bit more scarce around here. Just placing them around, it looks better when it's a bit more clean. Look at this. I love this. You got the apples and the flowers and the shrubs grow in. It's gonna look nice. The one thing is, this doesn't actually swing, which kind of was a bit of a letdown, but it's okay. I can live. And then up here, I put the fence that goes across, just as a bit of a division. And this was fun, but I feel like I need to do more. So up here was full of flowers. I got rid of them. For Audie, I want to create this to be a fishing spot with multiple ponds. So I'm gonna go through and clear things out and then redo this section, because this is the original. It's pretty square. We do have the waterfall here, so got to keep this in mind. On this side, we do have Sheldon's house and his little garden stuff down here. So if I'm down there, I want to have something up here that looks nice as well. So I took my idea of turning this into a water-focused area, and I've really pushed it further than I thought I was going to, which is kind of cool. Can't use that shovel. I just get used to the whatever tools for the scaping permit. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. I have a shovel in my hand. This is going to work, right? So, as you can see, I'm now on the first tier. That's Gaston's house right there. Woo! And I'm going to be using this as an opportunity to expand this area right above here. It was a small enough chunk of land that not much was really happening here. So being able to do a little something with it is going to be pretty nice. Goodness gracious. Well, now that we're over here, you can see that that pond off in the back wasn't originally there. There was a tree, and what I have going on there is a little waterfall from here that's coming on down, and so it's kind of tucked away. The space around Audie's house is very cleaned up, and I think going for a broken up kind of a look. Ooh, yes, if I do a stepping stone kind of thing, that would be cool. Like this. So if I go from here, can I jump? Yes, I can. You can do it. Then I can take that out, and boom. And that's cool. Look at that. I am a fan. And then if I try to redo this one, yes, I can. So it's evenly spaced. Look at it. Wonderful. So having a bunch of waterfalls in multi-tiered levels is going to be super cool. And I made sure that a few of these sections, they are big enough so that fish can spawn in them. So that will be nice indeed. Just going for just a single one there. And then, yes, that breaks. Now that's fallen off into there. Perfect. I think this is big enough for a single tree, which will be nice. It's a good use of the space because before starting this, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. So expanding it out and making it all kind of part of the same system is looking cool. Oh, should I do a jumping path over here? Okay, we got a good setup going on. I am a fan of all the work I've done, which I should be because it's pretty good. Alright, we're going to start down here because this whole area, like I was saying before, is a lot more expanded than I had before. And now we're reaching these areas where I'm connecting to my previous detailing work, and it's actually making the place feel pretty cohesive, which I am a fan of. And this section over here, which was just a couple of trees, is a nice little hopping spot. You got some streams going around, like there's stuff happening, which is cool. Oh yeah, I think I was gonna put a, I was thinking about a bush and a tree, and then I didn't do anything. Wow. Well, we'll see. So I got some flowers growing in, and then over here, the second tier cliff got extended out this way, just to make use of the space some more. And we have a pond area that's big enough to spawn fish, and it trails off into 3 different sections. One that goes off into the main stream, and then one that goes off into that little area that way. And then this is a 2-tiered waterfall that comes on down over here into this piece of water here, which is cool. And then coming on up, if the ladder wants to work. Okay, there we go. Got the sleigh just hanging out here. Super cool. Audie better be a big fan because she got some big space going on here. We got another hopping spot, which is awesome. This whole section is very hoppable. And I have more shrubs planted, so those are going to grow. I got flowers. It's all good. So this area being not anything specific, it's a little bit more spaced out. And it definitely feels different than the more consolidated spaces, like even compared to down to Deli's area. So I'm curious to see with everything grown in what that's going to look like. Back here, pool, so cool. I got that from like the Miles Redemption whatever from the Nook machine. I've got shrubs growing back there, so once they're full it'll be nice and cozy, kind of tucked in here, which I like. And that's just like a fancy pool. I like it. Right next to the house. Keeping the table and chairs, that's just moved over here. And I think that's looking pretty good. And yeah, not so dense which I like because, again, it's sort of pushing me to do something that I wouldn't normally do, or just making things different than the other sections so it's not all completely the same, which is quite nice. And then we got the, what is it called? A well, that's right. And that's hanging out right there, able to walk around it. And then I have this stream here that is running off into a little section. Can I go? No, I can't. Can I do it, please? Let me go. Yeah, so it runs off right into this little pond section that's right behind Sheldon's house. And so even from here, when we're hanging out down here, you got 4 waterfalls going on, which is crazy. Got a rock hitting spot, good old stuff. And it just looks good. And now there's more happening around it. I have white roses planted in here just for a bit of change. So we get some white, but it's not all windflowers. Crazy, I know. How dare I? So yeah, that all looks good here. And then if we carry on through this way, we have this part that's connected to my place. And then the walkway, which brings us up to the light dirt area and apple orchard of Deli's house. And having completed this last night, some of the stuff was already growing. So these 2 villagers have some big space all to themselves, so they better be happy about it. No favoritism here whatsoever. Yeah, taking a look down here, it's getting pretty empty. These are my pear trees, but I've been harvesting those just to move things around. Hello. What do we have? We got a peacock butterfly. Nice. Oh. Okay, gotta go get a new net. And then I got the oranges left. And that's it. Because the cherries have been moved. And then, yeah, apples are gone. The peaches are up there. And then for the pears, they're town fruit. I put them all here behind Town Hall. So that's kind of a nice background. And then there's just a bunch of them. So if I need, I can just harvest those and have a fair amount for replanting trees and whatnot. And then they're just there. Okay, this is a bit of a mess right now because this is where the cherry trees are going. And for whatever reason, they don't like to grow all next to each other. So the fully grown ones are the ones that I just picked up and moved from the left side. The other ones are the cherries that I harvested. And I had this all filled out, but then they just weren't growing properly. And they would even grow to like this stage and then not continue further. So I have to space them out a bit and hopefully they all grow. And then I can just transplant them back into their spots. But cherries next to Cherry's house, it's kind of what had to be done. But yeah, that's some good work today. I've showed you what I need to, but now I think I'm gonna go check out what Kix has to offer since he's in town. So I'm gonna leave it off here. Thank you everybody for watching, and stay tuned.